Hello and welcome once again to my side of YouTube. This is me, Luther574. This video is going to be a little bit weird. So this is part 3 of my theory video. Now, oh my god. Oh my goodness. So, I'll give you a brief little reason why I did a total of 3 videos in one day. Now, I have to watch out how long of a video I make, because for some reason, most times my computer tell me that there is a little bit too much on the disk usage. Now, I have no idea what that means. Every time that is a problem, I look at things that I have and I don't use, and I delete them on my system, on my computer. Now, sometimes I think I fixed it, sometimes I think I don't, but when I do, it still says still full or whatever. Now, a few times I made videos and I wasn't paying attention to the time. Apparently it got a little bit too long and it just shut itself down. Not the computer itself, but the video. It shut itself off. So I had to say, now anytime I make a video, I don't script anything and I just don't edit except the title of the video. Now, alright. Now, the first video I was talking about random stuff. It was pretty much a mess. Every video I make is a mess. Now, the second video was all about White Tower and White Tree Hollow. Black Tower and White Tree Hollow. And who was probably using it. I forgot to say who was probably using it. Now, this is just me. It was possibly Lysander in White Tree Hollow and Giovanni in Black Tower. Now, while it would be separate people in separate towers, now, I'll give you a reason why. Lysander... No, I'm not going to give you a reason why. Because this video is not about them. This is about Looker and his lost memories. Now, in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, at the end of the game, when we get to the battle resort, who's on the beach washed up? Looker. Now, he isn't just washed up, but his memory is pretty washed away. If you think about it, what could have done that? Who could have done that? Now, there's a possibility that this Looker isn't the Looker from that world. He is probably from a different dimension. In his dimension, there's possibly a huge threat to Pokemon and human. Now, in the last video, I was talking about how Arceus himself is possibly a Ultra Beast. I mean, how Arceus is probably a Ultra Beast? I'm checking this out, because I'm forgetting exactly. Pokemon Ultra Beast. I said beast, not boost. B-E-A-S-T-E-T-S. Ultra Beasts. Huh. Okay. In this Looker's dimension, in his world, there is a huge threat, the Ultra Beasts. Now, why? How? How come? Why is he there? Now, in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, for all we know, this is a huge stretch, but he was probably tracking down a Ultra Beast that was roaming around, and when this Ultra Beast was going to the Aloha region to show up in the commercial. Now, this sounds pretty weird, pretty funny, far-fetched, but there's a possibility that this looker with the Autonomite is not the looker from that world. Now, I already said that, I know that, but when this Ultra Beast went into it and before it dispersed, Looker jumped into it to follow him, or it. Looker, instead of following the beast, was going straight. And we all know what happens when you don't go directly straight in a portal or anything like that in an anime or cartoon or anything like that. If you possibly lean sideways from a straight line, you're going to end up somewhere else that's not the destined place. The designated place. Okay. So instead of him going to where the Aloha region was, he ended up in the battle resort in the Hoenn region. Now, this is why his memory is probably all messed up. Because in the Hoopa movie, we've seen people go through the hoops. We've seen Pokemon go through the hoops. We've seen legendary Pokemon go through the hoops. But there's one thing they've all had. Their memories. So, these rings, the Hoopa rings, had nothing to do with Looker ending up in the Hoenn area, in the battle resort. Now, settle your panties, people. I don't want to make anyone spaz out uncontrollably because whatever it is I'm talking about is total bolonky. But it's a whole lot of what ifs. I'm not saying that it's true. I'm not saying that it's for sure. But hey, when the Pokemon X and Y, when the Pokemon games Sun and Moon come out and we get a weird thing for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, like possibly another update, keep an eye on Looker. Because for all we know, he finally gets his memory back for some reason, and he's talking about Ultra Beasts. Now let's say the games come out like someday later, and we get so close to the day that it comes out, we get a teaser, like an update for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Now, I guess this is probably what I want, and not just a theory, but it could be a good theory. This could be a what if that actually happens. Who knows? We get an update for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Some odd reason in this update, Looker gets his memories back and he's talking about Ultra Beasts and how he's supposedly supposed to be at the Aloha region. Why? In this game of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, we know nothing about it. our characters know nothing about it. For all we know, they don't know nothing about it. Like I already said that 3 times, I am sorry. But like I said, for all we know, he's probably not from this world in the Pokemon game. He's probably from a different dimension. Now, with that being said, Ultra Beasts possibly being Pokemon from the future. Now, how could that be a thing? The end of everything. With the end of everything and creation of everything, new Pokemon or survivors from the end are in the new world of newly created Pokemon and a newly created world. So now these beings known as Pokemon, known as Soul Survivor Pokemon, let's say there's only 3. Or there's more than 3. But all I'm saying is, all we know there are 1, 2, and 3. We don't know the first one's name, but we all know the 2, Absorption and Beauty. Who knows? But we've heard about Pokemon being able to communicate with people with I forgot the name of it. I am so sorry. But anyway, Pokemon have been able to communicate with Pokemon. Pokemon have been able to communicate with people in a way. They've been able to understand human. We've all know that Pokemon are intelligent. Now, I just had a very good idea. Porygon. Why Porygon? Is Porygon really a Pokemon? Or a Digimon? But the true question is he a Pokemon or an Ultra Beast? The very first man-made Pokemon from human have created Porygon. Now, Porygon has been able to evolve into Z. Porygon... I forgot the names. My goodness. But anyway, Porygon could possibly have something to do with the Ultra Beasts. Who knows? But with the destruction of everything, data files being corrupted, Porygons. How many evolutions are there for a Porygon? 2, including its first form. 3. Now, what does this mean? All this means is there's a possibility that these 3 have evolved. Now, let's say there's just Porygon, and there's Porygon 2, and then Porygon Z, or whatever their names are. One turns into a jellyfish kind of thing with glass-like body, and one becomes more bulky. Now let's say the bulky one is the original Porygon and not the evolutions. Now the one that was more rounded turns out to be the jellyfish, and the final evolution, or that's not the final evolution, the one I didn't talk about yet, ends up being Beauty. Man created their threat, not just to human and Pokemon. Threats to human and Pokemon. Who knows? Who knows? I'll tell you who, not me. I don't know nothing. but this is all a theory. But just turns out to be true or false. Let's just leave this to the professionals, because I'm clearly not a professional. I'll see you in the next video. This has been Luther 574, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.